Been 3 days since the RFP drop and one day of Ediphi access. Man, you guys are already in here going to town. I love seeing this. A&M, University of Texas. You guys are rocking it. Love it. Let me look at the map. See if we all did good on the map. Awesome. Everybody's in Salt Lake City. Uh-oh. Looks like we got somebody with the wrong address. I don't know if that's gonna be a doc or not. But let's rock it. So we're going to be talking about units. Units are phenomenal when you're dealing with a hotel or student housing or data centers, anything that's repeatable. This is going to be your friend. So here we go. I'm going to go into my project. I didn't know Fry was from Auburn. Huh, interesting. Learn something new every day. So I'm going to quickly make an estimate. Very quick. Unit example. Make that primary. Really should set a milestone too, but don't need to go through that. You saw that on the other video. Awesome. Area sheet. I'm gonna set it up. Man, we got a new feature again. Save views. Oh, I love it. God, I'm such a nerd. But let me set this up quick. Actually, I'll record it. If you want to watch, you get to watch. Hotel. So we got a hotel site and parking garage. I think it's below grade or above grade. You guys have to go look at use groups, manage use groups to rename it. I think you got that. I always like put a site at the back. You need to do the levels. Oh, sorry, delete. This thing's just so user friendly. I think it's 720. I don't know how many levels. I'm not even going to start making it up. They won't even give access to building connected, which is sad. Pry, looking at you. So, units. So you got to have an area sheet and you got to have a use group with hotel is the one that we're focused on. You don't need to use units for above grade parking. So units, let me get a picture. So units are really, as I say, the simplest terms are hotels is the example we give in our training. So what is in one of these rooms and how many of them are the same for the multiplier? Bathroom, you got the vanity, the towel bar, the lights, the rope hook, the soap holder, the backsplash, the shower door. There's a bajillion things you got to think of at the bathroom. The windowsill, the curtain rod. If you look at a hotel, you're like, oh my gosh, all this stuff I got to remember to count and estimate it. This sucks. So this is what units help you scale. So let's go to units. So they just dropped this new feature like last week. So I'm a little new here too with this, so bear with me. So look at new updated unit tabs. I just watched Angela's video to make sure I kind of know what I'm talking about. And I need to learn about the common walls, but you read this, go look at it, Google it. Like we're learning together here. So we have unit details, unit mix, and the line items. So the line items are all the widgets inside one room. The unit mix is how many levels per floor, how many. So that's where our king room, queen rooms will go. Unit details, I think, are a number of widgets. But let's just go ahead and hit this add units button. So since this is a hotel, we told it it's a use group of a hotel. There's certain parameters that go with it. We already have templates built in your database, which is awesome. And my advice is don't worry about the stars. If it's a double queen, just pick one double queen. And if you got a king, pick one king. And then you're going to duplicate these a bunch of times for however many widgets you need. And maybe you got like a presidential suite, major like big shifts. And you can go to try and mix and match these as well. It's not going to hurt anything. It just might get a little complicated at the end. That's why I like just picking 1, 2, 3 of the major types and go. I'm going to add these puppies to our template. Awesome. And now I kind of like how they have this set up, how an estimator thinks. Well, I would disagree with this setup, Angela, who's the designer we just saw over there. I would do the unit mix first because I'm always looking at what widgets. So this thing just got added. It was collapsed by default for some reason, so you got to open it. So you got to think of each level. So you got to go look at your unit mix sheet. How many double queens are on level 1? You got 5, 10, 12. You know, it starts populating money. You're like, oh, what the heck? And then how many kings? Kings. You know, you get the point. Maybe we have a few presidential suites. So you got to hit these on the head of where how many there are. And you can also right click, duplicate unit, rename it, but match whatever the drawings say. You need to match all of these. Just keep going. Ching, 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 ching. So I'm duplicating this one. Notice when I duplicated it, didn't copy over the quantities. I'm guessing you can copy paste. Yeah, sweet. Love this. Love these guys. Probably drag down too. Man, it's the first time I've used this too, if I'm being honest. So I'm learning with you. Okay, so now we go into the details. So that's how many of the rooms there are. You know, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and they have to be all this similar. And you don't need to be perfect. If they're a hair different, call it close enough. You don't need a bajillion unit types. Or maybe you want to get accurate as possible and you have all the time in the world. That's what estimators struggle with, balancing time and accuracy. So unit details. Here we go. So in my double queen room, this is where you have to measure. You need to take the total gross square feet, which is room to room, inside a wall to inside a wall. Plug in the square feet of the unit types. Maybe it's 145 gross square feet all in. How many beds? We obviously don't have kitchens, but how many baths? Maybe there's a kitchenette. I don't know. How many keys? Because keys can be different. You know, how many key hotel is it, right? This could be a three bed room, but 1 key, 1 door. Keys are 1 door. Ooh, I like that metric. We need to set that up in our database. Good call, Ediphi. Okay, so you go through each of them to really update all those on all of them. So you're moving from how many are in each floor, how many are set up. Okay, I'm now with Angela. Maybe you set up the parameters first, and then you go count on each floor. But anyways, however you do it. So now this is where it gets dangerous and epic. Are you ready for the line items? So since we grabbed it from a template when we add units, these are templatized. So somebody went through and made little mini estimates of all the widgets I talked about at the beginning to go to town. So line items, and they're already in here. You're like, what? Are you kidding me? And they're grouped by whatever widget you want. And we're going to go with bid package, but you can change it to unit format, or you can change it to, you could do multiple levels too. It's the same grouping thing that we've seen before. I'm going to close this side panel so I get some more real estate. So this is just phenomenal, all the things we think about. You're like, oh crap, I need in-wall blocking. Yes, good call. So this is just how many units. So what this does is it takes the 75 plus the 60 plus the 70 plus the 2, right? It's taking it 1 times 2, 1 times 70, 1 times 60, 1 times 75, and we always have 207 units of what I randomly typed in. I go back here and check on my unit mix. Totals on the left-hand side. Typically throughout this platform, you got to get used to it. But 207, okay, that checks. So I go back to line items. I'm feeling happy with what this puppy's kicking out. What's this button do? Auto size columns. Huh. I don't like that. Oh boy, no, I just made it too big. Okay, so now what this is just a template of all the stuff you kind of have to think about. Install casework, okay. Awesome, I have 1 linear foot of casework in each building is what this is telling me right now. So I'm hoping I can just right click, duplicate line item if I want to do another one. Casework 2, casework fancy type, and I'm like, well, this is the basic one, this is the fancy type, this is the basic one, fancy type. You get the point how you can kind of aggregate this quickly, and love it. Awesome. So now this all rolls up. So if I have, notice I have 2. So it's taking 75 times 1 equals that number. We should go to one that has like 0 money in it right now to make it a little bit more logical. So if I zero out this puppy, this says 0 linear feet. So if I do 1, it's going to say 2 because there's 2 units in there, right? You with me? There's 70, It should say 71. Yep, sweet. Makes sense? I hope so. It's just basically it's our Excel side sheet that we've all done on our own, but it's all just kind of, everybody does it the same way. It's wonderful. So you also do little formulas underneath these widgets. So install doors. Let me do an example that's maybe a little bit more relative. In unit vanity mirrors, you hit the formula button. It says for the number of bass, it's going to populate it. And you could change these around, change them up, add them, play around. What other things can you grab from this? There's not many things to use, but the crux of it is anything that's on this unit details. Let me see if I can illustrate this. So we run the vanity mirrors of the double queen. So that says 1 right now. So we have 75 units. And let's zero out this, for example. So there's 75 of them. Everybody copy? I hope so. So if I go to my unit details and change this to 10 bass, now I should have a crap load of double queen. So I got 10 per room, and then it's 10 times 75 equals 750 each, and they're 325 each. Or sorry, they're 321 each times that. $241,000 vanity mirrors. And like that's it. You could sort this, tiles, group it, all the widgets in here. Well, you got to go through the drawings is your job. Oh crap! What else do I think? What else could I think of? Oh, sweet. Now let's hit on the last thing is the common walls. So typically I'll do that outside of Ediphi, and let's see if we can figure it out. Because before I leave that, when you go to the detailed summary, these are all one-line items. So remember when I opened this, there was nothing in there, but now, man, all of a sudden there's all this other stuff, and you're like, well, what is this in-unit blocking allowance? Where's that coming from? Well, look, it's got a little hyperlink. You can click on it. You're like, oh, one of my buddies did this widget. That's per the unit counts. That's where that's coming from. Sweet. So you get everything inside all of those rooms multiplied out through all the units. You don't have to think about the units. Things just work and don't break in this tool. It's rocking. So common items. I'm going to kind of learn a little bit about this for a sec quick. No, I think I can wing it. So common areas are the things that I just talked about for the drywall in between in widgets that apply floor to floor. So you see you have every floor on here. Awesome. Let's add a line item. Let's talk about the drywall. See if Mike did this good. Drywall got 7 line items, and I want to grab the framing for it. I did a better filter. Got a lot of drywall. I'm just looking for 2-hour partitions. There we go. 2-hour rated partitions. Probably it feels light, but you guys can check it for me. So I'm going to add this puppy into line items. Here we go. So 2-hour rated partitions. So this is pretty cool. I wonder if you can do formulas in here. Equals enter. No, you can't do formulas in here. Dang it. Hold. Okay, so when I added the 2-hour jip wall partition, I measured 200 lineal feet. I'm just going to do a lineal footage. And on the area sheet that I filled out in the beginning, you got to do the floor to floor height. So let's just say it's 10 foot tall on every floor. So if I go to common items, areas, floor height 10 to 10. I'm going to detail summary. So it only does a height and a length. We can't do formulas in here. So this is more, I would call this more for conceptual world, which is great. You guys have a ton of detail. If I'm you, I'm not using the common areas personally. I'm just going to the database, measuring this stuff out. Let me just run through that because I don't think I did. I went through this fast last time. 2-hour. Let me grab that wall again. 2-hour jip wall rated partition. So this one's not. I think you can clear it. I don't think you can clear it. So don't. But you can give it a whirl. Don't get me wrong. But here's what I would do. There's a ton of ways to do this, but I would have one person rock the drywall takeoff. All right, everybody go partition. Divider walls are a little bit expensive. all these walls are going to be part of the unit mix. So inside wall and inside wall. So you're going to have to measure all these walls. And exterior wall is typically done separate, so you're inboard of the world. Definitely hit up, ChatGPT for all the, hey, how do I measure this? You can learn a lot quickly. But point is, you guys can go nuts with this. I want to be awesome to see where you guys go with this. So guys, I started to go down a rabbit hole with assemblies, and I wasn't doing it justice. So I'm going to make a separate video on assemblies. And right now, best practice is to measure each floor. Typically, I will. Let me clear this assembly. Clear assembly. So what I've seen in the past for like major quantities that I might know are going to change. I want to do a line item for each. Duplicate selected line items. Wish we could duplicate more. That's a good suggestion for Ediphi. So I want to do 10 of these. What's the fastest way to duplicate this? You can grab this. You can do duplicate 2, but you can't like duplicate 1 to many. So now you can do level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Man, if you guys have a cool takeoff tool, I could show you how to import CSVs too. Maybe I'll do a 4th video in advance. But then you just type in the quantity, square foot, blah, blah, blah. You get it. So, cheers to the future.